When it comes down to the moral, ethical, spiritual, emotional side of this, it gets to a point where it's like, okay, I'm looking online, I don't see other guys that are speaking out against this. Right? So I'm like, okay, there's people that are just, you know, it's kind of like most people just thinking like, you know what, that's just stupid, I'm not gonna do it. And that makes sense. But I've worked in the fitness industry for, 10 years. I've had many great clients over the years, and I've worked with a lot of people that have really had to deal with the struggle of depression, weight loss, dealing with health issues, stroke, heart disease, cancer, like real problems, right? And a lot of times these people are desperate. They're desperate, and that's an emotional thing. And for you people out there that are going through that, you need people like us to be a voice of reason, to just say, hey, I know you're struggling. I know you're feeling desperate. I know you're feeling like there's no hope. I know you're feeling like these are your last days. But that solution of drinking your own urine is not something that you should play around with. It's not something that you should introduce into the various solutions you have to deal with this problem. Because if you do, you're subjecting yourself to bacterial infection, kidney failure, and whatever toxicity has entered into your body could only be made worse by doing that, right? So that's number one in terms of the moral and the ethical problems with it. Like this dude, Cole Robinson, can just get up there and say, hey, fatty, and fuck you, and fuck this, and fuck that, and everything. But he's like, I think they cut him off of Facebook, but he's not held liable for people following his YouTube that actually take his advice, that get sick and then die. I mean, how is he liable for that? But because, now on the moral, ethical side, that's why I say the snake diet is like satanic, because basically it's looking at something outside of nature. When we talk about enlightenment, we talk about science, we talk about reason, we talk about the universal intelligence in God, we're talking about light, we're talking about oxygen, we're talking about water, we're talking about chlorophyll, vegetation. I don't care whether you're a vegan or vegetarian, or you eat meat or you don't eat meat. It's just there's just certain bottom line laws to nature and science. And when you start coaching people against the laws of nature and science, now you're messing with people who are coaching people to be in alignment with the laws of nature and science, which basically makes you a serpent. It's just that, like, it's that simple. You're preaching a snake diet. You're doing something that's of a serpent type of activity, a serpent type of manipulation. And the way that you could see that he beats people down and abuses people and things like that to preach and promote these solutions is, is extreme. And that's one type of person that's promoting this stuff. But that is like, they say, satanic rituals and cults, the humiliation, the embarrassment. These are the type of practices that cults would use in order to get people to do things that later they could be shamed for, humiliated for. And as a matter of fact, as a man or woman of honor, you should shame people that do things like this, because at the end of the day, if nobody speaks up and nobody says anything against things that are actually detrimental to people, then we're basically losing our fabric of life and society in the world. I mean, I hope some comedians get on this. I hope because man, some of you comedians, man, I'm funny. I like to be funny and stuff, but man, some of you comedians, if you could do some jokes humiliating these people that are drinking their own pee, drinking their own piss in public on YouTube, that would be good. We need to expose the stupidity, the idiocy, the ignorance of these acts, right? And just paint the picture for our clients, for people that are facing terminal illnesses, for people that are overweight, that there is a good, a natural, a healthy path. Drink clean, healthy water, cleanse your system. Don't do this bullshit and this nonsense. The other problem is this. You've got a lot of people that, like I said, there's 40% of people obese in America, right? And a lot of these people are desperate to lose weight. But see, the thing is, on the moral level, you can't do something with the universe like gain weight over 5 or 10 years and just tell the universe or science or nature that you're just going to lose all this weight because you want to now. Because now I don't like my body. I want to lose this weight now. So I'm not going to eat for 5 days at a time. Then I'm going to drink this snake juice, and then I'm going to drink my own urine, and that's going to make everything better because Cole said so. Well, I got a little something for you. Did you ever remember when your grandma said, if everybody was running off the edge of the cliff and jumped off, would you jump off too? See? What happened to that? What happened to the idea that just because people tell you something is good for you that you should do it and you feel bad about the way you are that you should do it? That's stupid. And that's the thing is, I don't care who you are. At the end of the day, if you're following this type of thing, there's no proof for it that it's beneficial to you. There's no proof that it's not beneficial for you, right? So the people that are saying that it's beneficial to you, they're preaching to you hard. They're preaching to you. Like when I saw the Brian Rose interview, I was like, fuck you, Brian Rose. You know what I mean? Like I'm not doing your stupid challenge. And I said, I even made a little comment like, man, you're a beta, because the way that Tim Shieff had him looking there, like, it's like you're doing it to be cool in front of Tim Shieff because what? Because he's like a hardcore athlete and you want to prove that you're a man too like him. Like, so then I'm like, man, I've been listening to this guy Brian Rose's interviews, and that makes me go back like, nah, I mean, I really only got, see, the thing is, these people, like these interviewers like Brian Rose, they only earn your respect because they're interviewing people that have accomplished great things and stuff like that. Otherwise, I would have known who the hell he was. So that's kind of how they build up. So I'm like, man, like this guy is a guy that's a follower. This guy is not thinking with logic. He's not thinking with common sense, because anybody who's intelligent would say, you know what, man, that's bad for you. It doesn't make any sense and it's stupid. So don't do it. It's just that simple, right? And when I saw that young kid follow the challenge, because Brian Rose was like, yeah, man, I want you to send a video of you drinking your urine and send a tweet and respond to my challenge. Man, fuck your challenge, man. Nobody with real common sense is gonna do your stupid challenge. That's not a challenge. It's just you're being stupid on YouTube with all your influencers and followers. And then you got these young kids that are just open-minded and impressionable, and you causing them to drink their urine on YouTube. And what's funny is the young kid that was drinking the urine on YouTube, I looked at one video prior, and he was like approaching women on the street, like cold approaching women, man. Probably doesn't even have a girlfriend, probably doesn't even know how to talk to women, and you're having this dude, how's he gonna get a girlfriend sitting there on YouTube drinking his urine in his bedroom, man? You know, so what kind of person would influence people to do that? You know, so it just comes down to that, and at the end of the day, we just have to be more responsible. If you're a YouTuber, if you're somebody that's, you know, speaking about fitness or personal development or health and everything like that, you cannot let these people who jump on these bandwagons be the louder voice. We cannot let these people, because they have a lot of followers and their videos get to the top, we gotta spread my video around. We could do a battle, because I've seen the carnivore versus the vegan, right? So now we could do a battle. Let's call it the battle of the piss-sipping, sack-sucking, nut-hugging people versus the real men of honor. Why don't we do a battle like that? Let's send that to Brian Rose. I'm out. Yeah.